nia muti asense e sense ye pese mine mu ye biye enu ntina yakase baby a wo ye mine bia no ye wo kadesta fine no why let to so no dey ama MC I a friend of your committee there from district mining committee.
For the record, Honorable Nitiwo, the defense minister, when he spoke, he mentioned no name. And this, yes, no party names. And it reminds me of a popular saying by Chinua Achebe that the majority leader often quotes. When dry bones are mentioned, old women get worried. Sit down and listen. And I'm very happy when the minority leader challenged us that we will debate this matter and the culprit will be mentioned. In fact, we are ready to debate now. If we are to look and investigate both sides of the house, you have had the opportunity to rule this country before. I can tell you, you polluted the water more than us. You polluted the water more than us. So let's get matters straight.
Yeah, in social forms, no more sunny. No more woman. I don't know what the woman or ban no. The woman soon I say, I could train. And you won't soon as sending in a to about the yellow no. I won't say, I don't know. So, sir, we want soon no, we born some no. And soon we are pokra no more remove guswa or mess danin or mess saying bonsa no bonsa and I don't know what the women no ban on who's no engine you knew so baku bonsu na back so chinload no so we are from a bugudom for boats or mugunsu so munso no so nkwa no mo ye adwuma to mu wom no we no sana insusu fon so de no atie eni nsu bia we de ko mese no eno de nsu bia we bonsa ne da no ma condemn no kra we wono no galam
after I galamsey site pa officer na amai kwa hajin papa person na moy ebre galamsey site say omo draining so no bi egu nchen nti person na mo an ebre ewo form ho say omo kunkun mo ni na emo nyina wuwu a da chi ye beye den ye nchirimba den no beye ende hwe sadibo hwe sadibo a ultimate ko aize kokra so duty o kan nka nyama bebre na ko so o memu a hadwe ya se fam wonga sa hwe se na mo ibre hwe amanone a se na ye hu enuma ne we omukra po se na treat omo ho se na ye treat ye mo isa na ye treat ye ho o man we mu yaw na edi nipa fam se aso na ye mo a fam obia e complain yaw nko a aden na ye ti o man mu na nka sa ye di ye ho boni sen on faso o sika kra obenyanti onwen ochina ho onwen de onya benya ochina ho na onwen ochina no onim za wo ba aden hwe o de woni gi se wo ye sen o woni gi nanso ochina no eni je bi ne bebia one ke yesu nya ya se no.
This is Enchi Asankrigwa Road. This road used to be one of the best roads in Ghana, well constructed by a Chinese company paid by the government of Ghana from the taxpayers' money. Unfortunately, Galamiseyes, illegal gold miners, and sometimes even those with license, have mined underneath. And now we see this costly road, well-built road, caved in. Unfortunately, the paramount chief of the area of Enchi and Asankrigwa pass here every now and then.
I, right, so Mahamadou Bawumia, do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
That I will bear true faith.
That I will bear true faith.
And allegiance to the Republic of Ghana.
And allegiance to the Republic of Ghana.
As by law established.
As by law established. I, Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia,
do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance.
To the Republic of Ghana.
To the Republic of Ghana.
As by law established.
As by law established.
That I will uphold.
That I will uphold.
The sovereignty and integrity of Ghana.
The sovereignty and integrity of Ghana.
And that I will preserve.
And that I will preserve.
Protect.
And defend.
The Constitution of the Republic of Ghana.
The Constitution of the Republic of Ghana.
So help me God.
So help me God.
The oath.
I, Mahamudu Bawumia,
having been elected to the office of the Vice President.
Having been elected to the office of the Vice President.
Of the Republic of Ghana.
Of the Republic of Ghana.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
That I will at all times.
That I will at all times.
Preserve.
Protect.
And defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana.
And defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana.
And I will dedicate.
Myself
to the service and well-being.
Myself to the service and well-being.
Of the people of the Republic of Ghana.
Of the people of the Republic of Ghana.
And to do right to all manner of persons.
And to do right to all manner of persons.
I further solemnly swear.
That
should I at any time. Break this oath of office. I shall submit myself.
To
the laws of the Republic of Ghana. And suffer the penalty for it. So help me God.
So help me God.
I, Akufu, in the name of the Almighty God, faith and allegiance to the Republic of Ghana, has established that the sovereignty and integrity I will preserve and defend the Constitution So I, Adodanko, elected high office of the high office, do in the name of the all now and true to the terms that I protect the position of the Republic of Ghana. I dedicate myself to the Republic of Ghana, the right to all men. I solemnly swear.
State coffers are not spoiled for the party that wins an election, but resources for the country's social and economic development. I shall protect the public purse by insisting on value for money in all transactions. Public service is just that, service and not an avenue for making money. Money is to be made in the private sector, not the public, and measures will be put in place to ensure this. We must create wealth and restore happiness to our nation. We can only do this when we have an educated and skilled population that is capable of competing in the global economy. We must expand our horizons and embrace science and technology as critical tools for our development. We believe that the business of government is to govern. Ours is to set fair rules. We will provide vision and direction and shine the light down the path of our entrepreneurs and farmers. State coffers are not spoiled for the party that wins an election, but resources for the country's social and economic development. I shall protect the public purse by insisting on value for money in all transactions. Public service is just that, service and not an avenue for making money. Money is to be made in the private sector, not the public, and measures will be put in place to ensure this. We must create wealth and restore happiness to our nation. We can only do this when we have an educated and skilled population that is capable of competing in the global economy. We must expand our horizons and embrace science and technology as critical tools for our development. We believe that the business of government is to govern. Ours is to set fair rules. We will provide vision and direction and shine the light down the path of our entrepreneurs and farmers. State coffers are not spoiled for the party that wins an election, but resources for the country's social and economic development.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our job, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame.
If you reach a certain stage in life and there is nobody who can look you in the eye and tell you the truth, you are doomed. And that is where our country has gotten to. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. And I feel very terrible as a Ghanaian at this time. This country is in serious trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We are in serious trouble. We need to rescue this country, ladies and gentlemen. The presidency has been so depraved, so muddied, so dirtied, that I tell you in all sincerity as a Ghanaian, that I feel terribly sad today as a Ghanaian. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi, inshallah.
Please don't cry.
We shall rescue our country.
Government is broke, government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
All right, a very good morning to you and you're welcome to the program. It's the 6th of September 2024. Welcome to Good Morning Ghana. We're live from the studios here at Peniel, here at North Ridge. And we're also streaming on the Facebook. It's Metro TV Ghana, also on Good Morning Ghana. Those of you who missed the show on your DTT channels or the DTT platform, greatly apologize for missing the show on the DTT platform. That's because of some technical challenges beyond our control, but it has been able to be restored. It has been restored yesterday. So I'm hoping that today you will have a smooth flow of the show in your various homes. Let's go through the headlines of the newspapers. I start over the Daily Graphic. It says, Akosia Kuma, new CPP flag bearer. 3 electrical mining leases need no review. Parliamentary committee recommends. Baumia will transform economy. NPP. Political parties urged to promote peace towards December polls. Ghanaian Times. Ghanaian Times, debate on illegal mining activities. Don't politicize Galamsey fight. Majority leader appeals to citizenry. End partisan politics in country's educational institutions. Asante Hene. End partisan politics in country's educational institutions. Asante Hene. Blame government for our West Africa Economic Index drop. Mahama. 3 grabbed in connection with murder of Chinese at Watreso. Daily Guide. NELF 2024 to ignite economic growth. Mahama can only talk on political platforms. Baumia. NPP replaces Nkoko NP with David Asante. GSA secures 6 cargo trucks released from Burkina Faso. Kuma wins CPP flag bearership. Nana has invested more in education. Eastern Regional Minister. New Crusading Guide. MPP decides Nkoko MP fate today. David Asante likely to replace ailing Joseph Frimpong. NPP has increased enrollment in secondary education by 680,000. Dr. Prince Arma. Declare media war on Galamsey, the Press Foundation charges. Let's just stop joking. I mean, you've done something before. Obviously, it didn't work. I think you have to think of a different strategy. Let's just stop playing. Land guard activities intensify in Laboni cantonments. Residents lament. Unlimited Sans Care International donates to Kumasi prisons pays for eyesight of inmates. Dr. John Eleblu pledges to raise $500 million for North Town development. The Inside newspaper, Mahama warns Electoral Commission. PAC unveils Dr. Bigby for 2024, promises to continue Nkrumah's transformational agenda. Rawlings' cousin, Michael Susudis, reportedly dies of lung failure. Oh. Rest well. Yankee go home. Turks protest presence of U.S. Navy ship at Izmir port. The Herald newspaper. Akufo-Addo and ministers leaving Ghanaians in water crisis as Galamsey surge leaves Ankobra, Pra, Dinsu, others unsafe for drinking. Buffer stock boss goes skirt and blouse at Posiga using NDC logo and Mahama as his NPP parliamentary campaign. Rawlings' cousin Michael Abotri Susudis passes on highlights of NDC and MPP manifestos on economy. Ablakwa nails Gabiotri Dakon's wife in state land grabs. The Informer. 3 ministries stall project after heavy investment to protect water bodies and fight Galamsey. As Parliament debates use of sirens motorcades, Ghana faces acute health crisis over lack of manpower, retooling, high cost of surgeries. Presidential debate, Mahama can't speak to facts data. Baumia, unfair treatment of TVET teachers, warns government, GES. And the top right corner says that in this issue, don't brag about sexual prowess, women winners, men advised. The Inquisitor, tragic incident at Oweli SHS, new twist emerges. Students were allegedly feuding over girl. Exempting speaker CJ from motorcade privileges inappropriate, Haruna Idrisu. Be assured of simple tax system under the next government, NAPO to spare parts dealers. NDC demands live broadcast of meeting with EC. Mount Stews pole hoisting immigration service flag. Air pollution reduces average person's life expectancy by 1.9 years. That is the AQLI 2024 report. The Daily Statesman, Ghana's health outcomes improve. Court throws out petition against Dokua. David Asante for Nkoko as MPP replaces parliamentary candidate. Bisa youth crying out against Boko atrocities. SNIT seizes housing investment. The Ghanaian publisher, NPP replaces Nkoko PC with David Asante. Gushegu MP triggers defections in NDC. COPEC clears air over 5-year-old audio circulating on social media. Probe GIS land encroachment presidency. NDC hasn't endorsed anyone for GBA president, Eduji. The New Finder. SNIT remains solid despite challenges. Director General. Banking sector profit up 25.5%. Financing small businesses. IFC Access Bank team up. Daily Post. Lordina Mahama launches Association of Retired Pastors of the Assemblies of God Church. EC boss Jean Adukoy Mensah rejects NDC's request for live broadcast. Police, we are not after Basintale for his Baumia Ka eats pork comment. The Catholic Standard. Integrate religious morality in Ghana's education. Pope Francis warns against religious extremism. Speak out against inequality, injustice. Don't disconnect children from their roots. Editorial support for farmers seems an intervention rather too late. Bishop Asari calls for greater youth involvement in church. And that's it for the Catholic Standard and for the rest of the newspapers. Let's take a break. We'll be back shortly.
She's coming. She's coming!
Oh, it's in. Red Hour receipt now! Boss, let's go back.
Here, take this.
She's coming.
I know. Go to the pharmacy now.
She's coming! Oh.
Pay faster, pay safer, and pay easy with Momo app. Download now and pay with the QR code, merchant ID, and so much more.
In today's modern world, stairs are a challenge, especially for our elderly and those with health concerns. Navigating them can be difficult and even dangerous, but there's a safer way to move vertically. Lifts and Elevators Limited Company, your answer to a more accessible and secure vertical transportation. Our elevators and escalators, including top-of-the-line pneumatic vacuum elevators, Fuji elevators and escalators, offer a safer and more convenient alternative, eliminating the risks of stairs and enhancing accessibility for homes, businesses, and hospitals. Choose safety and convenience with Lifts and Elevators Limited Company. Elevate your spaces today. For more information, visit our website at www.elevatorsgh.org or call now on 0200-535-515. Lifts and Elevators Limited Company, the elevator people.
Customer, I don't know who to say.
Malaria been actually on my number, still.
One give us.
Give us a solid.
Yeah, sorry. What rest of so give us here and don't come down.
But you got so. But tomato give us the and some down.
Give us about me, sir.
If I try the and some down.
Customer. Give us that now.
Onuya kayo oba wa fa furonum de o ma no banu fuonum akwada won yimfie dumie no ononso no.
Choose the perfect prize for you every week and stand to win your choice of exciting prizes, all to get more of what matters to you. Exclusive to Betway. Betway, get way more. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18.
Anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath.
I'm a fat missy way.
Repacho Bantama.
Machasi.
Cycle.
a smile, the fresh breath.
Me, Jidi said we use Cal 360 toothpaste. Some kind. Cal 360 toothpaste.
That's Kia. Cal 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector. Onim jom kasa.
Kile Hossein. Cal 360 did the work. It's cool mint. Gives me fresh breath and your confidence booster.
You will so feeling kika when you know Cal 360 toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Cal 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath. Cal, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Now let me tell you why you should choose Safari Valley as your conference destination.
The new conference building combines modern amenities with the tranquility of nature, providing the perfect backdrop for your next seminar and corporate retreat.
The only conference destination with so many activities. You don't have to travel to visit your tennis club, the gym, or the stables. They have it all.
Enjoy this rooftop viewing deck, basking in the sunlight with the sight of wild animals roaming freely in their natural habitat.
At my break, I'm able to practice my putting.
It's a unique experience that sparks creativity and rejuvenates the mind.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Hello, my name is Roland Walker. I'm here at Coastal Park. It's one of the many courts belonging to estate masters, and they are into service plots, property management, and luxury homes. And just in case you want to make that decision to invest into a landed property, estate masters is the right choice to make. If it is from an indenture, a site plan, you want it also barcoded, all is available. You might have heard about Chopoli. It's where we have the next cottage of estate masters. It is not only one of the thriving, but the most inviting landed property site for you also to invest in. We encourage you to invest in the next cottage at Chopoli. It is just close to the yet to be demarcated airport. That also will be a valuable property for you to invest in.
The luckiest.
Star 712 hash.
Luckiest everywhere. 8K. Hey, you get an 8K. Get back packing so you have to come. One lie. Hey, wait.
You can put it on his tab. This is my man. Good luck.
Hey, Bill Radio. We are star 712. It's much phone. I'm on dialing the magic numbers. Star 712. Now welcome to the luckiest. And I'm with me at home ticket. You can buy for yourself or your loved one.
Mommy, tell mommy who's here.
You're buying for me, right?
Or who else?
Let's
choose buy tickets for others.
Love you, boo boo.
Maybe straight to option 4. You need to buy tickets worth 50 Ghana to qualify. Yes, you can buy random or preferred tickets. I'm choosing random tickets. Listen, if you buy the random ticket, the system chooses a random number for you. But if you buy the preferred, you get to input your own preferred 5 digits. 5.
Baby, give me your 5 numbers.
And how much are we buying?
Babe, look at the body and buy you.
With your body,
Hey,
never. Tread cautiously. Now follow the prompts and confirm. Now the luckiest.
The luckiest is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform, not for persons below 18 years. TNCs apply.
Cratchy, unemu bua unkoisha Dr. Ban uye denwa.
Oh, Mr. Yanfan call me buru.
Mami go buru. Ani adelebe ko. Bra, mumi yanfan ko Dr. Ban ho.
Dr. Ban oya de.
Bra, se bonu no mpemu adwuma sasabro sro Dr. Ban oye.
Hey, kemi kwa na meka. Oh, no mpemu nimdi onu ana ye expert nyaza afo no. O akra eni kumasi no mpemu expert yen kan kire.
All right, you're welcome back to the program. It's Good Morning Ghana, and it's been an awesome journey with MTN for 15 years, ease of safety and convenience. This is definitely worth celebrating, and that's why MTN is giving you the Momo at 15 reward, and it's here with amazing cash prizes and to say thank you. So send Momo to an MTN Momo user or make payments to an MTN Momo merchant at no cost whatsoever, only on MTN. So go on, download your Momo app on Play Store or App Store and enjoy this. Just Momo it everywhere you go. Terms and conditions, of course, apply. Kel 360 toothpaste is also available on the market, and if you want one that can take care of your whole family, it's Kel 360 toothpaste. It's approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. Kel 360 toothpaste provides your family with an all-round dental protection and also give you the protection for your children, kids, adults as well, right? So let your family be proud when they step out by constantly using the Kel 360 toothpaste. It brightens your teeth and prevents cavity. With its cool mint, it gives you fresh breath throughout the day. Now, for consistency, just use use Kel 360 toothpaste. It's a product from Samara Company Limited, producers of Sasso, and available on all supermarkets, malls, and provision shops. Contact them on 0246 8647 98. Kel 360 toothpaste, happy smile. Now, lifts and elevators is also available on the market, and it provides you with the best portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators. And if you want to, ease yourself the pain in climbing the stairs of the mansions that you have brought up, then you want to contact or have the services of lift and elevators. It's simple and self-supported for both homes and offices, and guess what? You can also lift your goods as well. Wheelchairs can be fitted in, so in 3 days, you can have a custom-made module for you and your family and maybe your office as well. It's affordable and can be installed just within 3 days. Lift and Elevators is located at Sakumono, or call them on 020-535-515 or send them an email to elevators@gmail.com for consultations and best solutions. So it's 0200-535-515. That's the contact for Lift and Elevators. Okay, let me introduce Nana Akomiya to the studio, and he's the Managing Director for STC. Nana, you're welcome. Good morning to you.
Thank you, Abby.
We're expecting the Honourable Member of Parliament for Northtown constituency and also the Chairman for the Government Assurances Committee.
Where is Randy Abbey?
Nana, I thought we talked about this off air. Okay, he's in Kumasi.
For what? The Black
Stars, yes.
He went and produced the loss. Huh? Then he must well have stayed in Accra.
He produced a loss?
Yeah.
Who do you blame? Randy, the coach, or the players?
All of them. But Randy in particular. He's supposed to know better. If he can't say next week, I'll tell him.
Oh.
He's traveled all the way to Kumasi to produce a loss. That's what he's done. You let him come next week.
How do you guys feel about the match yesterday? A lot of you didn't watch. I was in the house hoping that I would hear some noise. I didn't hear anything. So obviously, most of you didn't watch. I've seen a couple of you posting it. You're not happy, but you're happy. I don't know what you are. Maybe you're justifying yourself for not watching the match. Anyway, let's see how it goes. Nana? If you can just help us understand the Nkoko, what are you looking at?
No, what are you looking at, Annie? Tell us what you are looking at.
Look at me. Nana, don't be distracted. Please pay attention to me.
No, I have to be distracted.
What did you see?
I mean, Samuel Kujeto's the entire library is transported here every
Friday.
So there's this big box with about 100 documents. There's this one, another 40 documents. Then the one on the table, another 10 documents. I don't understand it. It's only a 1 hour discussion.
Maybe he's playing it safe.
You have to bring, 200 documents to the studio.
But he plays safe.
And he hardly uses any of them.
Hardly, eh?
Hardly.
Oh, but every morning you see him going through a lot of documents.
He's not here, I've shown his documents.
You raise an issue and he has a document. You
Anyway,
raise an issue, he has
when he comes, we can
focus
have him
on
explain. When he comes, please ask him to explain.
Let's go to the new crusading guide. I think that both parties are making some major changes as far as their parliamentary tickets are concerned going into election 2020. We've seen the Wale Wale. We've seen the NDC also making some changes. I think. Okay, I'll locate the constituency. But we also have the MPP decides in Koko MP fate today, and that's captured on the front page of the new crusading guide. David Asante is likely replacing ailing Joseph Frimpong. Okay, so crusading guide, you've made it difficult for me to read. I can't read this. Let me read from the Statesman newspaper. Statesman says that information reaching the Daily Statesman indicates that the governing New Patriotic Party has resolved to replace Joseph Frimpong MP for Nkoko and the party's parliamentary candidate for the December elections. The decision is said to have been reached by the party's National Executive Council after a series of meetings follows Mr. Frimpong's alleged battle with ill health, which has hindered his ability to effectively engage in campaign activities ahead of the upcoming general elections. Nana, you can confirm that?
I think you should introduce Samuel Kujeto first, now that he's here.
I cannot do that now for some technical reasons. So
Really?
let me start with you later.
No, I mean, let me wish...
What you are doing is distracting me.
let me... Are you that easily distracted? Let me wish our audience a good Friday morning. Fridays are always exciting days because it's the end of the weekend. People can go off into the weekend. Let me wish Samuel Kujeto to a good morning. Yes, this is an internal party matter. The gentleman has been duly elected by the delegates as the parliamentary candidate, and he's also the incumbent MP. If there are difficult issues that can compromise his ability to represent the party, it's an internal matter. The party would talk about it with all the stakeholders concerned, particularly the person who's directly involved. Now that everybody knows it's a health matter, it's no secret. So if the candidate has had major health challenges that could affect his ability to represent the party and win the seat or retain the seat and also represent his people in Parliament, it's an issue that the party would discuss with him. And if an agreement is reached, if he's able to convince the party, he will continue. He can continue. Why not? He's the person who won the primaries. If in the discussions it is clear that he cannot continue and that his health challenges are a bit too much, I'm sure that the two parties, the candidates and the party, would come to an agreement that would satisfy the greater good of the party. And in a big party like NPP, you always have people to fill in for others. So the gentleman that you mentioned, David Asante, I'm sure you know him. Yeah. He's the head of Ghana Publishing. He's doing fantastic work there. It's a vibrant. I'm sure he's been here.
No.
He hasn't. Oh, you have to invite him sometime.
No, he hasn't.
Excellent speaker. Young man with a lot of drive. I've worked with him since I was communications director, and I tell you, he will be a worthy replacement. But even if the incumbent, the agreement is that he has to step aside because of his health issues, there will be a second difficulty because you have to arrange a primaries. That's what the party's constitution prescribes, to select a replacement. Unless, of course, further discussions with all the people interested would arrive at the conclusion that because of the time and all of that, it may not be advisable. But I mean, negotiation and consensus building is a key part of democracy. So I'm sure all the parties, the incumbent, the party, the potential replacements, all of them will come to some consensus. So the good thing is there's a safe seat for the NPP. It's always been retained. It's always been won by the NPP and retained since 1996. So I'm sure that would also help the discussions. You remember in the United States, then the whole President Joe Biden, he also had health challenges. And after extensive discussions, it was agreed that he no more present himself as the candidate for the presidential elections. So even at that level, you can have consensus building, at that level.
Well, we have just a few months to elections, and both parties are making some major changes. The NDC announced a Menfi Central Parliamentary primary. That's for the NDC side. And then we also had the NPP Wale early Monday morning. The High Court in Tamale delivered a judgment annulling the NPP primaries, parliamentary primaries held in January this year. And in the controversial election, a staffer at the office of Vice President Dr. Kabiru Mahama won by a narrow margin, defeating the incumbent Hajia Laribu Abudu with just 7 votes. So that's also going to happen. But we're seeing, just to update you, since you're preparing yourself to go to the polls, these are some major changes the parties are going through, just for your information. Samuel Ikuje Blakwa, Honorable Member of Parliament for North Tongue, good morning to you and you're welcome.
Hi, good morning, Anna. Good to see you. Good morning, Anna.
Morning.
Yes, sorry, I was granting an interview downstairs. That's why I came in late. Hope you're doing well.
I'm doing well.
Yeah, I see you are fixated on the documents.
I'm doing well. What are those documents? These are the land documents?
Yes, some of them are land, and some of them are from the Foreign Ministry. Good morning to viewers. I mean, this morning I'm particularly appalled about this.
1 second. We saw 4 people bringing in your documents.
Yes.
So it distracted us because we were wondering what was happening. I could see there's a big box here. There's a second big box under the table, and that huge pile on the table.
Yeah.
So we're just wondering.
Nana is wondering why you carry. It's like you relocate your library from the house to the studios of Metro TV every Friday.
I have to invite you to my library. My library is 100 times this.
You know,
these are just a few documents.
I understand that on your discussions, there was an NDC panelist who said that he was accusing his NPP panelist that she is not digitalized because she's brought some document to the studio.
I remember.
That happened?
Yes, it did.
That NDC, I'm sure she has it.
She hasn't seen someone agree with that.
Anyway, sorry for cutting.
That was just peculiar for that show. It was limited to the show.
No. I expected my NDC colleague. I don't know if she did, to have added that you always need to have backups. I always digitalize, but I love this feel and smell of paper.
Yeah.
And when you're on TV and you have the document, you know, it's.
You need to find out.
You know, it gives you more.
And
there's more credibility.
Yes, you need to find out who she is and give her some orientation.
And you know, if you have noticed, I like to also share the documents.
Yes.
So that
and
it's because when you
cannot really share.
It's on your phone. It's not clear if it's authentic. If it's but when it's hard copy, you can see the signatures. We can share. You can. Lift it up for the cameras. So there are so many advantages with.
I mean, we agree with you.
We agree,
and then we are happy.
Once you have nothing to hide.
It's just that you need to look out for this your NDC colleague and give her orientation. That bringing a document doesn't mean that you don't know.
It doesn't mean that you are not digital.
Ali, please give him the person's name
because you know that in Parliament, and I will tell you, even in Parliament, by standing orders, when you make references to documents, the Speaker will order that you lay the documents, for verification.
Not digitally.
No, you can't. Nobody.
But the Speaker,
a few days ago, we did not take a particular motion because it was sent by WhatsApp. They wanted to lay a paper, and it turned out that it was kangaroo laying. When the Speaker consulted with the clerk, they had sent it, via WhatsApp. The Speaker said, "Look, let's be serious. What's happening here? No, we have to see the paper. We have to know exactly which office is coming from, and then copies must be made. All. You can't be sending mass WhatsApp copies."
But have you imagined a future where we're not going to be seeing other papers, we're not going to be seeing addendums on papers, but you have every MP have their tablets in front of them, and every item we're dealing with will be digitalized? Are you ready for a day like that?
There's going to be a combination. Because as we speak, we have lots of stuff on our phones, but there are limitations.
Yeah.
You want a document quickly, you are now going to
look for it.
So there's going to be a combination.
Okay.
The most digitalized country in the world, America, when you go to their Congress, they still have
papers. I remember when Pelosi was tearing up the paper.
The person who
was very significant. Just holding a paper and tearing.
But the person who said carrying documents means you are far behind is the person that you need to go and find and give your orientation. That's all.
So who said that actually? Was it?
I'm sorry, I actually said it here.
Will it be fair if I mention her name?
Was it an NDC?
Oh, but what? She said it here.
Yeah, it was an NDC.
She said it here. Was
okay. So
who's that?
So now you understand where he's coming from.
Oh, okay.
Who's that?
Yeah, but
I won't mention any name.
Oh, but it happened here.
Yes.
No,
it's
but
okay.
so
those who have seen it's fine. Those who
but
haven't
it was
seen
also
okay.
for your communicator to make the point that look, there's nothing wrong.
I just saw
what she did,
and also having.
I just saw a small footage of it. Somebody had put it to make fun of him. I'm like, oh, she really said that.
Okay. Okay, so let's.
Yeah, but Annie, I must quickly deal with this matter because it's really crucial, and I'm glad that Nana is here, vice chairman of the campaign. The desecration of our institutions, it has to stop. So last night, I intercepted this letter from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. And I'm going to read the letter verbatim. It's on the official letterhead of the Foreign Ministry, and it reads, "The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration of the Republic of Ghana presents its compliments to all diplomatic missions, international organizations, and honorary consulates resident in Accra." And listen to this, Annie. Emphasis mine. At the instance of the diplomatic liaison team of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's campaign, has the honor to extend an invitation to the head of missions to attend a briefing session on Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's 2024 presidential campaign, scheduled to take place at the Kempinski Hotel, Accra, on Friday, 6 September 2024. That's today, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Missions may contact Lexi Boahene on telephone number is provided on email diplomaticliaison24@gmail.com. I'm surprised they're using Gmail. For confirmation of attendance or any further information. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration of the Republic of Ghana avails itself of this opportunity to renew to all diplomatic missions, international organizations, and honorary consulates resident in Accra the assurances of His highest consideration. Dated 4th September 2024, and addressed to all diplomatic missions, international organizations, and honorary consulates resident in Accra. Annie, this has never happened in the history of Ghana. It's never happened. This is abuse of incumbency. total desecration of our state institutions. This is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Look, there is nothing wrong with political parties engaging diplomats. We all do that. Even at our last manifesto launch in Winneba, we invited the diplomatic corps. Nothing would have been wrong if the MPP directly invites the diplomatic corps for your partisan engagement. You don't use the foreign ministry to do that. And look, the number of diplomats who are shocked, who can't believe this.
This document?
Yes.
When I saw it, the question that I asked myself is, would it have been okay if it was in the name of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana?
So you see, if the Vice President is having a state function, but in this case, this is a campaign event, and it's very clear. It says at the instance of the diplomatic liaison team. So they have a diplomatic liaison committee. And my investigations show that it is chaired by Edward Boateng. So that is a partisan affair. Why bring in the foreign ministry? Now with this precedent, so the next time flag bearer John Mahama wants to meet diplomats,
he can go to the foreign ministry.
So we can go to the foreign ministry for you to invite them to the NDC headquarters or to Kempinski or Movenpick or Alisa, anywhere, for them to come and meet the flag bearer. Cheddar, when Cheddar wants to meet diplomats, would the foreign ministry do the same thing at the instance of Cheddar's diplomatic liaison? Or the CPP, I'm told that our good friend Madam Kuma won her flag bearership race. I congratulate her. Yeah. You know, so she can also write to the foreign ministry, and at her instance, they would, on the official letterhead of the foreign ministry, invite diplomats to that event. I mean, these things must stop. This is so basic. You don't undermine the credibility of state institutions this way.
You can tell us, it's never happened
It's
before,
never happened.
where
Never
any political flag bearer will go through the foreign ministry.
No, it is not done. You don't reduce the foreign ministry
to a political
to an appendage of political parties. No. What, MPP are next? Or NDC are next? Hell no. Ghana's foreign ministry. Look, many diplomats will tell you, if we are talking about one of the most respected foreign ministries in the world, this is the foreign ministry that in 1964, our foreign minister, Alexander Kwesinsaki, became the first black president of the UN General Assembly. A foreign ministry which has campaigned and successfully produced the first black UN Secretary General. Kofi Annan, may his soul rest in peace. And you see how our foreign ministers, once you become foreign minister, you know, see how the likes of Honorable Hannah Tete, Dr. Ibn Chambers, you know, who was deputy foreign minister, Sharia Ite is in pole position. You know, Honorable Sharia Ite is in pole position to become Commonwealth, Secretary General. Her campaign is doing quite well. I have issued statements wishing her well. You know, it's because of the pedigree of our foreign ministry. And a lot of diplomats talking to me are saying, look, what is happening here? Why has your ministry been reduced to this?
So diplomats contacted you?
Oh, of course. Why? How do you think I got the letter? Why? Did they copy the NDC headquarters? Or the Honorable Kujatu Abako in Parliament? How do you think I got this letter?
You know, but you always say you intercept, so I actually didn't know that.
Of course.
I thought you went searching.
And today I'm giving you my broad interception source, even though I've not mentioned we diplomats contacted me. But they are really disgusted at this. And you see, Ghana is one of those important destinations. Before ambassadors get here, they normally will have served in other countries. And Ghana is one of those central locations that a lot of the ambassadors here have concurrent accreditation to other countries. A lot of them are plenipotentiaries. They say they've never seen anything like this in all the countries that they have served in.
So are they refusing to attend?
So look, we have to condemn this. And I hope that the foreign minister will put out a statement apologizing for this faux pas and assuring the country that this will never happen. I wonder if she's even aware. I know she's busy campaigning to become Home Secretary General. I wonder if she's aware that as she's busy campaigning, this is what her foreign ministry, Ghana's foreign ministry, has been reduced to. Organizing events for the MPP. I mean, how did we get this low? When did we sink this low? I'm so disgusted this morning, Annie. This is wrong.
Have you finished? Have you finished?
Yeah.
I think Sammy is creating a storm in a teacup.
Really?
Yeah.
You think this is appropriate?
I'm thinking you are creating a storm in a teacup. Well, it would be best if the engagement of Dr. Bawumia with the diplomatic community for his, really, is briefing them about, because these people don't even vote. These foreign missions, they don't vote. They are not voters. Okay. And any presidential candidate, and I'm sure John Mahama at some point will meet the diplomatic community. In fact, you've been inviting them to your function.
Yeah.
You will see them sitting.
Yeah.
From the office of the former president.
I'm saying it would be best if the campaign office handled the transactions. Yes. Yeah. But if the foreign ministry writes a letter onto that effect, there's no need to create a storm out of it. Let me show you. Let me tell you. Because you see, Bawumia is still the vice president of Ghana. And you know, in the campaigns, it is very difficult, and Samir Kujato will agree, it is very difficult to always have a clear separation between the candidate and the official. If you stretch it, you are going to get into all these difficulties. John Mahama, he has some state escort, isn't it? Police escort provided by the state, isn't it? Isn't it? He has it.
He's entitled to it.
He's entitled to it because of his position as former president. When he's going to campaign, you see these escorts leading the trail.
Even though it's provided for by the state?
Yes. It's a state facility. So if he comes to...
but you know state security supports presidential candidates. You know that.
What about that? State security supports presidents. What about
that's
that?
An official arrangement.
Did they support this chap who's got his posters all over the place? Forgot his name.
Cheddar.
Do they support Cheddar? So I'm saying that when John Mahama is going to campaign and those escorts are leading him, what do you say? Because he's going on his own frolic, his own personal campaign. But they have to go there because he's still entitled to that official protection.
But Nana, don't you see? I mean, I appreciate that scenario you're citing, but I think the concern is about a foreign affairs ministry that is like a link between Ghana and the international community. It's not like the state security that's responsible for only Ghana and therefore protects everyone in whatever official within the country. But this is an official that is responsible for making sure that its international missions disassociate themselves as best as possible from every political color. I mean, if a political party invites them, that's fine. And that's why I asked him the question, if it would have been okay if he had been captured as VIP.
Yes, as vice president, meeting the diplomatic, no problem.
And I have said to you that there is a thing...
Because read the letter, it says, at the instance of the diplomatic liaison team of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, a briefing session on Dr. Bawumia's 2024 presidential campaign. It's a partisan event.
You have read all of that to us. I'm saying that there's a thin line between
Nana, don't do this.
The
You're
candidate,
a senior statesman.
Oh, so you let me speak.
Don't do this.
No, you let me speak.
When I speak,
you've given your view. I'm giving my view, and you let me speak. Why?
How can I stop you?
But that's what you are doing.
A black belt.
So,
please don't stop me.
How can I?
Look at the way it's so please, what we're talking about is an issue that is broader, that we would have to find ways of dealing with. Because like I said, when John Mahama is going to campaign, he uses the security escort provided by the state. You see? But he's going on a partisan frolic. Because it's, whereas Cheddar, is that his name? Is that his official name? Yes, Bediako.
Nana Bediako.
Is it Bediako? I was going to
Nana
say
Kwame Bediako.
I was going to say Bediako too. Whereas Cheddar will not be entitled to that official escort. But John Mahama is entitled. And he uses it when he's going on his partisan frolic. That's what I'm saying. There's a thin line. Now, when John Mahama was president and he was campaigning, he was using state helicopters to fly from one place to the other. Because he's still president, even though he's going to do a partisan campaign. So, like I'm saying, there's a thin line that we have to look at the rules of engagement. And like I said, it would have been best because really the committee for diplomatic liaison would have handled this without any, and the diplomats would have come because they are interested in knowing what the various candidates have to offer, particularly the NDC candidate and the NPP candidate, and they would still have come. It would have been best. But if they got some letter, somebody wrote a letter under the cover of the foreign ministry, like I'm saying, it's a thin line between your campaign as a presidential candidate and your position as a vice president. And that thin line applies to even John Mahama. Otherwise, somebody would say that when John Mahama is going on campaign, he shouldn't use the security detail. The cars that have been provided for him by the state, the office that have been provided for him by the state, they shouldn't be involved at all. And you get to a difficulty. You get to a gridlock.
Nana, why did you say that?
Say what?
The party could have done the invitation themselves.
Yeah, because they are doing it in conjunction with when you look at the letter, it says that missions may contact Lezibuahili.
Yeah.
Yes, the International Organization of Honorary Residents in Accra, and at the instance of the liaison team of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia campaign. So you can see that they're also involved.
So but the party could have done that.
Yeah, they could have easily.
So
and the
that's the whole thing.
Yeah, but best practice. I'm saying because of the thin line between your engagement as a candidate and your position as a vice president or president, because you don't lose your position as president. You don't lose your position as former president because you are a candidate. You are still entitled to those facilities and you use them. Whereas Cheddar, Bediako, and the other folks, I understand there are about 29 of them.
39
who picked forms, but it's not clear how many of them will
go through.
Will submit.
Okay. So I think even 20 go through. Those other 20, they will not be entitled to it. But John Mahama will be entitled to it because of his position. He doesn't cease to be former president because he's going on a partisan campaign. So there's a thin line that we can all explore. But don't come and play it up as if it's the whole diplomatic and foreign affairs infrastructure is going to fall down. You can raise the issue that these are the things that we need to look at and define the rules of engagement. In America, for example, when the president is going on campaign, he uses the official plane. They call it Air Force One. But they're able to say that because you use it to go to a rally at Michigan for you have to pay for it and so on. So they have all kinds of rules of engagement. We don't seem to have any rules. And so you find presidential candidates using state helicopters and Air Force planes to go to, because you still can't separate their positions from their personal engagement. But it's something that I'm saying we can explore and look at the rules of engagement. Other countries are also trying to do the same. But to come here and pretend that, it's something that's never happened since AIDA and the whole diplomatic infrastructure is going to fall down. It's just raising a storm in a teacup. And let me, now it says that the diplomatic community are annoyed and they've complained and they are disgusted. And they expressed their disgust to Okujeto Ablakwa, not to the foreign ministry.
But he's worked there.
Who invited them? Is that the team of the Dr. Bamia's campaign, the diplomatic liaison team, and the foreign ministry. So if they have any complaints, isn't that the first place they will take their complaint? All this disgust that we have been told, the people are annoyed and they are disgusted and they are complaining and they are, it's Okujeto that they go and complain to. Not the people who wrote them the letter. Have you seen any formal letter from the diplomatic missions that we don't believe that this invitation should be involved in the foreign ministry? Have you seen any letter? But they went and complained to Okujeto Ablakwa. Why? So, I'm saying that it is something, this incumbency, some call it incumbency advantage. That's what some call it. Because when Bawumia is going to campaign, he will still be guided by state security, even though he's going to campaign at Abekan La Paz. And when John Mahama is going to campaign, he will still be guided by state security, even though he's going to be...
In my opinion, I'm not sure, it's not to overshadow anybody, but when you're dealing, you say there's a thin line between the position of the VIP and as
I'm not saying it. I've shown
there is. I mean, we've discussed it many times. Yes, we've discussed it many times. Kukubaku will say, and good morning to you if you're in a country. He will say precision. Sometimes in courts, you cannot make the argument that, oh, judge, there's a thin line between this and that. If it's a vice president, state is the vice president. And sometimes for history's sake and for documentations and for references, you don't play the double game of, the vice president can be the flag bearer and there's a thin line. No.
You don't know
what exactly? Yes, I know. But
so
who exactly is inviting? Is this the flag bearer or is the vice president?
Read the letter. Who's inviting?
The flag bearer.
No. Yes. And
so if I see the flag bearer, I'm not going to assume that, oh, well, because there's a thin line between the VIP and the flag bearer, then it can also be the... No, I'm not. Its document says is the flag bearer.
And what is the problem with that? Oh, that's what you mean?
Yes, that's what I mean.
So you are also drawing attention to the word.
Yes.
Oh, you think that the wording should have been vice president?
Yes.
I'm saying that these are all issues we can explore. I don't have a problem. Even some, I've said that the best thing would have been to take the state apparatus out of it, if possible. I've said that already. Yeah. I'm saying that because of this thin line, you always have this interface between your official position and your position, your partisan position. So when Dr. Bamia is going to this meeting, he will be escorted by state security.
As vice president.
As vice president. Even though he's going there as flag bearer, going to present his views. 2 days ago, we were at Kaneshie, Bubuashi, Abekan La Paz, and all of that. The state security were there. And I felt so sad for them because the crowd made it totally impossible for them to do their work. But they were there. So, and if John Mahama goes to Abekan La Paz, they will be there for him. Cheddar will not be entitled. So there's this thin line, and we can always be looking at how we can try
if you look at the letter,
let me finish. Try and separate the official from the unofficial when possible. That would be the ideal. But to try and make it like it's something that is going to make the entire diplomatic architecture.
So if they write, and if they write at the instance of the diplomatic liaison team
of the campaign
of the Bawumia campaign.
Yeah.
Is that not clearly stating that it's a flag bearer and not the vice president?
I have said to you that you have pointed out that the wording could even be tighter. I said, fine, I don't have a problem. The wording could have been tighter. But like I'm saying, because of the thin line, you always are going to have these things going on. Okay. Otherwise, when Mahama is going to campaign, you have to withdraw his security detail because those are official things paid for by the taxpayer.
Yeah.
And so they shouldn't be involved in his partisan stuff. But because of that thin line, and because we haven't clearly outlined the rules of engagement, you see, like I said, in other places, where you use the official aircraft for your campaign, they are able to say that you took it to, you took the aircraft, you went to a rally at Michigan, and then from there you went to a meeting with labor unions in some other state. The trip from this city to Michigan is for campaign, so you have to pay for it. The one from Michigan to Nebraska or some other state to meet labor unions is for the state. So as you go, you're always trying to see
the best practices,
how you can do rules of engagement. You see, and the point that I would like to take from Okuja to Aplakwa is that we have to, as a country, going forward, look at the rules of engagement when you are incumbent and when you are campaigning, whether as an incumbent president campaigning to be retained as a partisan candidate, or whether you have an incumbent vice president campaigning to be elected as a partisan, partisan candidate, or whether you are a former president and so on. We need to have the rules of engagement, which we don't have. So you're going to have this kind of mixture all the time. And we can do better. There's no problem with that. But the way Samuel Kujeto has come here to talk about it, that the people are annoyed and they are disgusted, and we haven't seen anything from them. If the diplomatic community is that disgusted because the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has been involved in inviting them to a meeting with the Vice President, they would have said so.
To the flag bearer, with the flag bearer.
Yes, to the flag bearer. They would have said so. Or are they afraid? They would have just written a simple letter to Ada. But he went to Okujeto's office.
As a former person they've worked with and have a network with. I don't know why you're laughing at that.
Yeah, so Annie, this is a very serious matter. We must ask ourselves in this discussion that do we have standards? Do we have principles? Do we care about the image of our institutions? Do we care about optics? I am telling you, Annie, that in the entire history of our international relations, our diplomacy, the existence of the foreign ministry, this has never happened. Political party campaigns have never instructed our foreign ministry. They dare not. Look at the letter. At the instance of some campaign liaison officer, our foreign ministry, a state institution, on the letterhead of the foreign ministry, writes to invite diplomats, ambassadors, high commissioners, heads of missions. And Nana Komia thinks that, again, let's engage in the nauseating bastardization of issues. Let's see what we can throw in to generalize. Then now it's become a discussion of campaigns, who has been given motorcade, who has a security official.
So listen to what Mark is saying. It's in line with the point you're making. He says that, Mark from USA, good morning to you. He says, good morning, Annie, please tell Nana Kumia that there is no thin line between what's happening with the use of state security and party political activities. Incumbency advantage, yes, but not this type of advantage. It's important to note that the foreign ministry, as a government institution, is expected to maintain a level of political neutrality and avoid involvement in partisan political activities. Inviting the diplomatic community to the MPP political activity could be seen as a breach of this neutrality.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
One second.
Absolutely. That is why I asked that after this precedent, can the NDC, our International Relations Directorate, or Mohammed's diplomatic liaison, write to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and instruct them that President Mahama wants to meet diplomats? Can the CPP flag bearer, can Nana Bediako, and then the foreign ministry on the letterhead will write, at the instance of a liaison team member of Dr. Baumia, go and meet the flag bearer. I mean, look, let's have some standards. Let's have some principles. Let's have some decorum. What is wrong is wrong. We don't have to defend everything. Look, I know that if Nana Akomia was consulted, if he knew about it,
don't bring
he will have told them that don't do it.
Yes.
It's wrong.
I agree.
I know Nana would not have endorsed it. So why come on national TV and try to now you are bringing this about security?
No, because Nana has agreed.
Security officials.
That is the point.
Security officials at Kaswa and please. When we are look, let's protect our institutions. Let's stop the bastardization of our institution, the desecration of our institution. This is wrong. And the precedent that you said today, look, this is a party. You remember, they went all the way to the Supreme Court on even just GBC. It's one of our celebrated cases that you are a state broadcaster. We all pay taxes. So be fair. Also give us coverage. Also cover our events. Have a balanced panel. It is in our jurisprudence. One of the celebrated cases. And the current president was the one leading those cases. The state institutions ought to be impartial, ought to be balanced, ought to be fair. And you become president, a former foreign minister. You are tolerating this.
Oh, what has the president got to do with this?
You are tolerating this. And the people who supported you,
now he's brought in the president.
You're a former host of Talking Points. You know about the GBC case. You know about that.
Yes, I do.
And the principles that were espoused, upheld by the apex court of our country. So you don't mix state and party. You don't mix it. And this business of thin, there's nothing thin. It's a thick. It's a thick line. Stop this thin. What is thin?
Have you finished?
It's thick and fat.
Yes.
Fatter than Annie. Annie is slim and hot. Annie can't even come near. There's nothing thin about this. Let's stop these things. You see, that is why increasingly, when you check the polls, check the Afrobarometer, the Ghanaian people are losing confidence in politics, in our democracy, and in politicians. Because the very things, the things you championed in the 90s, went all the way to the Supreme Court. Same actors. You complain about abuse of incumbency, abuse of state institutions. Then you get the opportunity and see what you are doing. Then when you are exposed, then you say, oh, thin line. In the 90s, you didn't see it was thin. When you went to the Supreme Court, you didn't see that it was thin. That's what at that time you knew it was fat, it was clear. There were no blurred lines. Look, then this matter of if diplomats are upset, why wouldn't they talk to me?
They come to you.
Why would they talk? I've been ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee for 7.5 years. I work with them. And do diplomats go and hold press conference? Do diplomats go on demonstration? He is talking here as if you see when diplomats are upset, they get agitated as if they go and hold press conferences or they go and lead a demonstration. That's not how diplomats will express their disquiet. In diplomatic corridors. Behind the scenes,
So they come to you.
They say, look, we all know that even the best diplomats, even when they want to insult you, that's when they use the nicest of words.
Yes.
The best diplomat is the one
from the
who, they are the Equapims, in the world. And we know them. We know how they operate. How do you think I intercepted this?
They brought it to you.
And you know that this cannot be defended. It should look. Let's not be setting some precedents.
Have you finished?
So this one says that the official security detail is responsible for the personal safety of the former president, irrespective of where he goes. Nana's argument is flawed. The reason why there is a campaign team separated from the vice president office is clear reason to separate the duties of both offices. There's no thin line.
There's no thin line. Look,
and it's the reason why
I will summon the foreign minister to parliament.
Do that.
I will summon her.
Okay.
She will come and answer why she has reduced our foreign ministry to this.
Okay. Have you finished?
I mean, there's no thin line here.
But you say you're not sure she's even aware of this.
Oh, well, we should come and tell them.
But she's responsible for the ministry anyway.
She should come and tell us that she didn't know.
Let me make my point again. I've already said that it's not the best, haven't I? So we are basically saying the same thing.
It's not true. You sought to downplay it.
No.
And to say it's a storm in the teacup and all of that.
You seek to overplay it. That's what I'm saying to you.
Wrong is wrong. Let's call it out.
Fine. But you seek to overplay it. That's my worry.
I'm stating the
we
facts.
all know that it's not the best. But you are seeking to give us the impression that there's some major commotion in the foreign diplomatic.
Because of this is a bad precedent.
Because of this. So if there is, why haven't they written to the foreign ministry to tell them that?
Why should they? Why should they? You are disgracing yourself.
Why should
you are
they?
reducing your stature in the Committee of Nations.
Can
why
I
should
finish?
they?
But
we should be bothered.
The people who
it is for citizens to rise up.
Sam, if you don't want me to speak, say so. I can just walk out. And Annie, you must make sure that I speak.
Yes, but you
don't keep it.
You even have more time than me.
Maybe you are not aware, but please.
Thank you. Allow him. Nana,
you and I are saying the same thing. Because when I started, I said that it's not the best. But this is not going to make the architecture of the diplomatic community fall apart.
Who has said that?
And if they have grave reservations, like Sami is saying, they can write to the foreign ministry to say that, no, we don't believe that it's appropriate for the foreign ministry to do this.
But are you not appropriating and reprobating?
Why?
Because if at one time you say it's not the best, then let's go with it's not the best.
Yeah.
But don't tell them that if they are not happy about it.
No, but I'm saying it's not a grievous error that the people are annoyed. And when you listen to some people, you think the whole thing, the whole foreign diplomatic community is coming down. Okay. And I'm saying if that is the case, they would have written a simple one paragraph letter. But they will come to Samuel Okudzeto's office to come and complain. That's what he's telling us. That the diplomat, the ambassadors and the diplomatic missions went to him to complain.
Who said that
and give him a copy.
Did I say they came to my office? Did I say they walked to my
office? But you said
they
complained to you.
You said it. Stop there. You see, you're trying to.
Can I finish?
Didn't
he say they complained to him?
So
but you are distorting what I said.
So why did they come to complain?
Did I say they came to my office?
Is your issue with them going to him?
Why did they come to complain to you?
Is that necessary? Okay. Should I disclose my sources and how my sources registered their protest?
So they went to Samuel Okudzeto and found him and complained to him. And I'm saying if that is the case, why couldn't they just write, because it's an official letter, why couldn't they just write a simple one paragraph to the foreign ministry to say that, oh, we are not happy at the way the invitation came. But they were able to find Samuel Okudzeto. And he's saying that because of that, the entire architecture is coming down. Look, he talked about GBC. You still have incumbency advantage in coverage. The court action was an attempt to set the standards. You see, we said that GBC should try and decide that this activity of President Rawlings is campaign, and this activity of President Rawlings is official.
And they are giving the free hands to operate that way?
Yeah, no. So they should be so guided. So, because there were no standards, we went to court, and the court said that, yes, GBC should try and do that. And GBC was not even covering opposition rallies at that time. They said that, no, if the opposition is having a rally, and the NDC and the President Rawlings is having a rally, and you give them 10 minutes, you have to give opposition 10 minutes. But you see, Rawlings as president was entitled to coverage. And you are not always going to be able to separate
the presidency from the flag bearer.
The presidency from the flag bearer. Because if Akufo-Addo or Bawumia went somewhere, an official function, and it's been covered, and then he said something about his policy or the goal for oil or something that, how are you going to say that, oh, this thing that you said there is campaign, or so I'm going to take it out?
But how is this the same with this?
Sorry?
How is this similar to this?
I'm just saying that to illustrate the thin line. That's why I said that this incumbency, somebody said it's incumbency advantage. That's how somebody will call it. But the effort that we should be doing is how we can reduce the incumbency advantage.
Okay.
Otherwise, somebody is president, they are traveling by state aircraft, whether helicopter or whatever, to functions. We haven't had a standard that will say that this function is campaign, and so you must pay for it, and this function is... We haven't had those. So the wider conversation of how we can still have standards in the incumbency advantage. It's something that I will welcome.
Okay.
And so that's why I said that it would have been best if they took out the foreign affairs completely. But if they have involved them in some way, because this thing is also about the vice president. Some people could just tell you that is such a grievous wrong, and the people are so angry. For me, is the attempt to exaggerate.
So this afternoon, we'll ask the NDC to write to the foreign ministry to invite diplomats to come and
is the attempt to exaggerate.
I know you are embarrassed. That's why you are doing this. Nana is clearly
embarrassed.
Why
would you let me just finish?
He's
when you were
speaking,
I kept quiet and listened to you.
You don't have to defend everything, Nana.
So this business about the people are upset and they are annoyed and they are disgusted and they look for some new good to expect. And I'm like, where is this coming from?
Because even you are disgusted.
Where is it coming from? If they are disgusted and annoyed and so on, why won't they just write a simple letter? But they'll go and look for Samuel Kujeto to express their disapproval.
Well,
you are envious have become the go-to man.
Well, we'll take a break.
Is that your issue?
We'll take a break. When we come back, Honorable Kujeto made some statements about land grabbing on this platform last week, and I think the institution or the company that was affected also rebutted and made certain claims, and he's also, gotten back to them with a statement. There's also something from the presidency about involvement in GIS land encroachment. Remember, that was also mentioned on the platform last week. About land grabbing. The presidency says that we're not involved in GIS land encroachment. Office of the President. The Office of the President has categorically denied any involvement in a land dispute involving the Ghana International School GIS. This follows claims that the office, through the head of the VVIP unit, was implicated in attempts to encroach on school property. In a statement issued on Thursday, September 5, 2024, signed by the Director of Communications, UGI, the presidency clarified that it holds no stake in the land at the center of the dispute located in the cantonment area of Accra. So the state emphasized that no officer or agent from the Office of the President has been authorized to interfere with the property in question. The Office of the President does not, quote, does not have any interest whatsoever in a piece of land in question. The statement underscored no directive have been given to any officer. Remember that in the allegations they said there was an officer that claims that it was coming from the Office of the President. Office of the President has formally lodged a complaint with the Inspector General of Police calling for a thorough investigation to uncover the facts. The statement therefore urged the public to disregard the allegations linking the Office of the President, the office, to the land dispute, describing them as unfounded and false. The Asase Radio, in a statement in the land allegations that I'm talking about, also says that Asase Broadcasting Company rebuts false allegations. It says Asase Broadcasting Company rejects the recent unfounded accusations made by Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, Member of Parliament for North Town Constituency. They claim that the property at number 7 Fifth Circular Road, Cantonment, is unlawfully acquired. The state property is false and misleading. Here are the facts that prove these allegations. Initial acquisition: the property was acquired by Mr. Fuswaba Mensah Boahen under the lease dated 18th of July 2006. The property was bought and bare land and subsequently developed by Mr. Boahen. Subsequent transactions: it was rented to Eurojet and later assigned to Lily Homes Limited per a deed dated 4th March 2020 under the private transactions. Asase Radio occupies the building under the tenancy agreement with Lily Homes Limited, and also legal standing. Lily Homes Limited obtained the property through a legitimate assignment of interest from Mr. Boahen with the Land Commission's consent dated 15th of July 2020 and has held the property lawfully and without any legal encumbrance. All right, occupancy, previous and current. The record on the property currently occupied by Asase does not support Mr. Ablakwa's assertion, which specifically claimed that the building was occupied by Justice Cordier. The building currently occupied by Asase has at no point been the residence of a judge or any public official For that matter, according to our checks, the only state bungalow that still exists after the refiling and is situated next door to the Asase building was occupied by a female senior civil servant and not a judge in 2006. The bungalow is currently occupied by Professor Ahmed Nuru Zakaria, the current chief executive of the National Ambulance Service under the Ministry of Health, who, however, the property on the other side of Asase building, according to our checks, had a state building on it that was previously occupied by Reverend Canon Engineer William Houghton Mensah, who was dismissed as the managing director of ECG by President John Dramani Mahama in 2014. The land was subsequently divided and sold under President John Mahama to private persons, and the state bungalow on it was completely pulled down. So we appreciate the continued support of our stakeholders and public as we address this matter. Public figures like Mr. Blakwa must exercise caution and thoroughly verify information before subjecting law-abiding persons to and entities such as Asase Radio to unjustifiable opprobrium. So let me just cut it here. The rest are just to end the statement. We will take a break. When we come back, I think because he's here, he will also give us snipers of his rebuttal as well. We'll be back shortly.
She's coming. She's coming!
Oh, it's in.
Brother, receive now!
Boss, let's go back.
Here, take this.
She's coming.
I know. Go to the pharmacy now.
She's coming! Oh.
Pay faster, pay safer, and pay easy with Momo app. Download now and pay with the QR code, merchant ID, and so much more.
Experience the enhanced protection of Star Motor Third Party Extra from Star Assurance, an enhanced motor third party insurance policy that provides cover for loss or damage to your vehicle's windscreens, side mirrors, back glass, and other glass components. Whether it's a crack or major damage, you can drive with the assurance that your vehicle is well protected. Our commitment to you includes affordable coverage options and a claims process that is both fast and straightforward, so you spend less time dealing with paperwork and more time on the road. Also, we have proudly partnered with Hope for Little Lives, an organization dedicated to supporting children in need. By choosing Star Motor Third Party Extra, you're protecting your vehicle and making a positive impact. Every policy you buy helps bring joy and support to children in underserved communities. Reach out to us now on our toll-free numbers 0800-177-177 or 0302-245-906 to sign up. Let us help you drive with peace of mind and purpose. Star Motor Third Party Extra. Drive with confidence, give back with heart.
Star Assurance, your solid partner.
Using Koa Mixture, Koa Plus Mixture, and Koa MT Mixture, brought to you by Koa Research and Manufacturing Limited Company, proudly made in Ghana. Formulated to support your general well-being. For those seeking immune system support, there is Koa Plus Mixture. Support your body's defenses and stay strong. When it comes to combating malaria, Koa MT Mixture will aid your treatments. For effective relief from malaria symptoms, try Koa MT Mixture. Koa Mixture, Koa Plus Mixture, and Koa MT Mixture are not recommended for pregnant women, lactating mothers, and children under 12 years. Always take a malaria test before using Koa MT Mixture. Choose Koa Mixture, Koa Plus Mixture, and Koa MT Mixture for your health needs. Available now at pharmacies nationwide. For bulk purchases, contact 0244 726611 or 0591 565 778. This advert is
in today's modern world, stairs are a challenge, especially for our elderly and those with health concerns. Navigating them can be difficult and even dangerous, but there's a safer way to move vertically. Lifts and Elevators Limited Company, your answer to a more accessible and secure vertical transportation. Our elevators and escalators, including top-of-the-line pneumatic vacuum elevators, Fuji elevators and escalators, offer a safer and more convenient alternative, eliminating the risks of stairs and enhancing accessibility for homes, businesses, and hospitals. Choose safety and convenience with Lifts and Elevators Limited Company. Elevate your spaces today. For more information, visit our website at www.elevatorsgh.org or call now on 0200 535 515. Lifts and Elevators Limited Company, the elevator people.
Choose the perfect prize every week and stand to win your choice of exciting prizes. All to get more of what matters to you. Exclusive to Betway. Betway, get way more. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18.
Welcome to Rehoboth Palms, Ayimensa, where your future home is taking shape. Discover a community like no other, designed for families and individuals seeking comfort and connection. Enjoy a host of amenities, including a swimming pool, tennis courts, kids playground, and serene sitting areas, all designed for your enjoyment. Embrace the opportunity to be part of this vibrant community with flexible installment plans available. Your dream home is waiting at Rehoboth Palms, Ayimensa, where every moment is a promise of home and affordable luxury. Visit us today at 145 North Legon, Accra. Call us on +233 244 764 499 or +233 204 950 810. For our UK clients, you can reach us on +44 190 853 3149 or +44 791 737 6631 or visit www.rehobothpropertiesgh.com to learn more. A community like no other. Welcome to Rehoboth Ayimensa.
The luckiest.
Star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere.
8K. Hey, you can get 8K. Get a packing from your book, man. Hey, wait.
You can put it on his tab. This is my man. Good luck.
We'll wait here. We have star 712. It's much of a phone. I'm on dialing the magic numbers. Star 712. Now, welcome to the luckiest. And now with me at home ticket. You can buy for yourself or your loved one.
Mommy, tell mommy who's here.
You're buying for me, right?
Or who else?
Let's
choose buy tickets for others.
Love you, boo boo.
Maybe straight to option 4. Now, you need to buy tickets worth 50 Ghana to qualify. Yes, you can buy random or preferred tickets. I'm choosing random tickets. Listen, if you buy the random ticket, the system chooses a random number for you. But if you buy the preferred, you get to input your own preferred 5 digits. 5.
Baby, give me your 5 numbers.
And how much are we buying?
Babe, look at the body and buy you.
With your body,
Now
tread cautiously. Now follow the prompts and confirm. Now the luckiest.
The luckiest is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform, not for persons below 18 years. TNCs apply.
energy drink.
Welcome back to the program, and let me just remind you quickly that Betway says that you're guaranteed to get more chances to play. Betway picks your prices, lets you choose your preferred promotion to make the perfect sports bet every week, from payout boost to cash out to cashback. Plus, you also stand a chance to choose your price, from vouchers to electronics, and get grand prize of airline tickets. Visit betway.com to find out more. Terms and conditions apply. As regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana, and also you want to play responsibly. Blue Jeans energy drink also has been on the market for over 20 years, giving you nutrients including vitamin B2, B3, B6, B12, as well as taurine and guarana, which will boost your strength and energy, as well as promote high performance and endurance. Blue Jeans energy drink has been tested and tried and is indeed the best on the market. So for bulk purchase, contact Budget Cash and Carry on 0208 128 190 or 00055 001 0000. So let me just give you some space on your messages. And Prosper says that, Annie, good morning. The problem is not really about all that is happening with the Foreign Affairs Ministry. No. How, as a people, we all allow a 15-story residential structure to spring up and situated right opposite a security-sensitive installation like the Foreign Ministry building, and overshadowing it is what baffles me. We are never a serious country. We're never a serious country, and there is a need to be serious about how we locate or allocate lands to foreign investments. It might just harm us someday to come, Annie. We are a concept people too much, and we have a lot to learn from countries like Benin. I tell you, Prosper sent that in. Annie, Nana Komia always comes with statements showing that he has a country at heart, but refuse to see lots and lots of mistakes in their government, including some in his own backyard at STC. Truth be told, this government has failed in every sector of the economy. The worst is illegal mining, resulting in destruction of our water bodies, shortages of water, and many areas causing kidney diseases and others. And Nana Komia is always head defending the government. Seriously, I just can't think far. Stop this, Nana. This is from Nana Bisu.
Tell him to stop what is right.
From Accra.
He should get out of his NDC colors.
Chumba says that, Annie, good morning. Nana Komia is embarrassed enough by that letter.
Oh, wow.
Let's spare him just this once. Sometimes let's read body language. Nana, you owe me. I have a question. Do those who return from this partisan political rally expect to keep their position after the change in government? That's a question he threw in there. Annie, good morning. I am much concerned about the state of Ramsar site at Sakumono, now being used as refuse dump, polluting the environment. Alhaji Haruna sends that in.
The regional minister, what's his name?
Was working on that. Titus.
Sanitizing the area.
I'm not sure he's gotten to Ramsar site yet. Sakumono. Yeah. All right, so, yes.
Isn't that where
the
former regional minister, the current?
Yes.
And this is what is a refuse dump?
Yes, they are using it for refuse dumps. I think we just have to go and check and take video shots, evidence of it, to know what exactly the situation is like.
Our district assemblies.
Yeah.
In Accra, we call them metropolitan something.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the time, they should be up and doing, because that place falls, I don't know if it's Tema or something.
It's Tema. We know we have a problem with the local government.
Throw a spotlight on the work of the district assemblies.
Yeah.
If they do their work well, many of these issues will not bother us.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah, Annie.
You said something has a letter. Where is it? I haven't seen it.
I don't have a print here, but let me send it to you.
You have it here?
This land matter.
I'm sending it to you.
This land matter.
Which one do you have? Let me see.
Which
this is a foreign affairs.
Which of the documents are you looking for?
You say you have a rejoinder
to the Asase.
Yes, yes.
I'm sending it to you,
yes.
Nana.
Yes, please send it to him. Look, Annie, this land matter, it is now totally out of control. Totally out of control. On a daily basis. Even this morning on my way here, I received documents about what is happening in Infansiman municipality. During the week, there were many reports. Now, victims themselves are speaking. You saw that report of people living in their home in cantonments, and then faceless people ordered bulldozers to bring down their building. Now they don't know who to go to. They are issuing statements. They have legal title. They have every right to be in residence. And yet their building has been brought down. I became so depressed, Annie, when a couple of days ago I was invited to see what GIS now has to do. School buses that should be ferrying students to and from school have now been used as a barricade, a temporary barricade, 3 buses to prevent faceless characters who are hell-bent on invading the GIS premises and taking portions of their land. Can you believe that? How did we get here? How did we get here? That now GIS, and you know GIS, the people who have the awards there, this is the most elite school in Ghana. And if GIS, they have children, students who parents are ministers, top ambassadors, diplomats, and all of that. And even GIS is under siege. They have to pack 3 buses. I put out the pictures yesterday. And they have permanent security now, 24/7. And whilst the buses are there, they have decided, they were okay with the trees, to promote flora and fauna. It's nice to keep the trees because it offers, shade, and then it serves also as a fence. Now, they are building a wall. They are going to take down all those trees. They want some fortification because of what happened on the 31st of August at 2 a.m. According to the principal, and I don't know if you've listened to him, he granted interviews during the week. Their security had to call for reinforcement at 2 a.m. Who takes over land at 2 a.m. if you have nothing to hide, if it's not a sinister agenda? 2 a.m., dawn invasion. And you see, Annie, this morning, again, I know Nana Komia will say, oh, he's exaggerating, he's trying to create a storm in a teacup. But you see, we must all stand up and fight for this republic, for a restoration of decency, of the rule of law, of right, of justice. The looting is out of hands. And you see the impunity with which, look, I was so disappointed when I heard a special Joy FM report. Their business editor, George Wiafe, had gone to speak to the governors earlier this week to get a reaction to the publication I put out here last week. And the governor told them, they reported this on Joy News, that, oh, what is wrong? Yes, I can confirm that I have also grabbed the lands. What is wrong? Others have done it. Others have been doing it. So there's nothing wrong. I'm going to keep the land. And that's what Joy FM reported. Can you believe that?
Yeah, so
no remorse, no sense of decency. And you see, this is somebody who is in charge of supervising other banks, making sure they follow ethics, they follow standards. Land at cantonments, a plot for 183,000 cedis. Does it sit well with your conscience? I mean, when the market value is $700,000, $800,000, you paid less than $11,000, and you say, oh, they ignore the MP, they have done nothing wrong, others have done it. Hey!
But will you refuse an offer that's cheap?
Yes, I will.
It's an offer.
Because it's stealing, actually. Because once it is not even advertised, due process was not followed, and then I'm not paying market value, I will not go near. Because everything I own, I want to have the peace of mind to enjoy it. Okay. I want to enjoy it with good conscience. Because you see, if you look at the history of that land, the state acquired it in 1947. It has served us well all these years. President Kufuor used portions for the AU village when Ghana was preparing for the Ghana at 50 celebrations. It served us well. That's where heads of states went to reside and all of that.
If you're looking at it, these are the pictures of the GIS.
Yes, GIS. That's what is happening at
So
GIS.
they did this barricading?
Yes. Can you believe that? So the buses can't move. They can't take the children to school or back home. They are using it. If you go there right now, you see the 3 buses there. I mean, how did we get here? And I was talking about the fact that, look, these unconscionable transactions, the state loses revenue because you are not paying market value, and then the state also loses the land which has been acquired. And look, back to GIS, my usually unimpeachable sources, I checked at the Lands Commission. And you know the irony, you can do a 5-minute walk from GIS to the Lands Commission. You know that, very close. 5 minutes walk. The records at the Lands Commission shows that since the land was given to GIS by the state in 1987, I have checked, it's intact. 1987. So nobody has paid the Lands Commission. The state hasn't received any money. So whoever is trying to take over this land just wants it for free. Can you believe that? Just wants it for free.
You mean the land
I thought they said their lease.
No, I'm saying the person
lease was due and they renewed it.
Yes.
Okay.
And the point I'm making is that those who did the dawn invasion, the 2 a.m. invasion, the people trying to steal their land, they haven't gone to pay anything to Lands Commission.
All right.
But have you identified the people?
No, it's still a mystery. It's still a mystery. So I've checked since 1987 when they did their renewals and all of that.
So there's no record of any
payment now.
Name that's made payments. Okay.
Yes. So why are they harassing the people? What has GIS done to deserve this? Those faceless elements. Why? And you see, let me come to the president's statements. And I don't know why these statements don't go through a clearinghouse. Why nobody advises this president when he's putting out statements. You are issuing a statement that ends by saying that you have made a formal complaint to the IGP to open investigations into the matter. Why do you prejudice the investigations? Why do you take a stand? Look, this is how the statement ends. It says, in light of the above, the office of the president has made a formal complaint to the Inspector General of Police to investigate the entire matter. Meanwhile, we call on the General Police to disregard as false any statements to the contrary. So you have made a formal complaint to the IGP. Now come to the preceding paragraphs. We wish to place on record the following. 1, the office of the president does not have any interest whatsoever in the piece of land in question. 2, no officer, agent, or assign has been directed to secure and or interfere in any matter pertaining to GIS land within cantonments. Why do you make this categorical statement? This reminds me of the love letter, that romantic letter the president wrote to Cecilia Dapa after that scandal and said that you will be vindicated. Is anybody surprised that none of the investigative bodies could work? Because are you going to then contradict the president and expose the president? So who is advising the president? I mean, who drafts these statements, and why don't they go through a clearinghouse?
No.
Let me continue. Then the presidency continues.
Is that he wants clarity on?
It says the said Chief Superintendent Ibrahim Opoku of the VVIP unit of the Office of the President did his professional duty by handling over alleged encroachers and suspects to the Cantonment's police station when he chanced upon an altercation at the Cantonment's barrier on his way from work. Can you believe that? He just chanced upon at 2 a.m. Just chanced upon.
He was going home.
He was going home at 2 a.m. and just chanced upon. Meanwhile,
because of the shifts.
So you are calling on the IGP
the
to
24-hour shift.
Let's not talk about the 24-hour economy now. You know,
the slogan you mean.
Annie.
Nana, I've sent the letter to
Annie, let me read to you and our viewers what the GIS account is. The GIS account contradicts what this Chief Superintendent Ibrahim Opoku may have told the president. Now, if you are going to call for investigation, that's what you have done. Why do you take sides, the sides of the Chief Superintendent? This is what the GIS statement says. On 29th August, so I'm just going straight to the relevant point because of time, it's quite a long statement. On 29th August 2024, there was an attempt by some unscrupulous people to deliver a quantity of blocks on part of the school land with the explanation that that section had been sold to an unknown individual. The school lodged a complaint at the Cantonment's police station. The police dispatched a rapid response team to assess the situation. At about 2 a.m. on Saturday, 31st August 2024, a tipper truck laden with sand drove to the gate of the property in an attempt to tip the sand onto the property. This was resisted by GI security and the Cantonment's police, who had been called in. However, and listen to this, very relevant, but however, a plainclothes individual in a Toyota Camry car with registration number GC2397-21 insisted that the truck be allowed to enter the gate and tip the sand. So GIS is not talking about Chief Superintendent Ibrahim Opoku just chancing on a situation. Actively
giving details of how
protecting the people and instructing them, defying GIS, defying the Cantonment's police station, that they should allow them to go ahead to tip the sand. GIS continues. 2 persons in the tipper truck were picked up to the Cantonment's police station. Personnel of GIS were also invited to the station. The individual in the Toyota car also followed. He didn't continue home at 2 a.m. The statement, the president said he was only going home. The GIS statement continues. At the Cantonment's police station, he gave his name as Chief Superintendent Ibrahim Opoku of the VVIPU of the Office of the President. In the morning of Saturday, an excavator was brought on the site to excavate the land in preparation for construction of a fence wall. They continued. So this is what GIS is saying. They are eyewitness. Cantonment's police station, I have also done my own checks. You remember I even put out the details of this, his phone number, I put out the last 4 digits and all of that. I've seen what the police report is. Totally contradicts what this statement from the presidency is telling us. But you see, you say you have asked the IGP to investigate. Just leave the matters. Because GIS has their side. They were there. They saw Chief Superintendent Ibrahim Opoku actively protecting the people, instructing them to go ahead.
So, but let the point be made that this Ibrahim Opoku has been identified by the presidency.
Yes.
Let's establish
that has been established. Yeah. Now it's been established. So that should tell you that these GIS people know what they are talking about. Yeah. They clearly identify the person. And if they have identified the person correctly, shouldn't we be giving them some credence?
Yeah, because the person identified himself.
Yeah, but
in their
That
statement.
he's from the
yes.
office of the president.
Yeah, but before then, they had identified him, his car number, and all of that.
I'm saying
and they say that yes,
he gave them his identity.
Yes, yes. So the fundamental point is that you are calling for investigations. Why prejudice the investigations? Why say that Chief Inspector Ibrahim Opoku only chanced on an altercation when the GIS statement does not say so? When the police dispatched from the Cantonment's police station are talking about something different that happened. So you see, these statements that the presidency has been issuing, that is why this he's the only president in the history of our country who has been nicknamed clearing agent. It's because of these things.
Okay. Just a few minutes to also give us something on the Asase.
On Asase, yes. So the Asase radio matter.
But you started with the Asase matter.
No. Asase was last week.
Yeah.
Last week. I started with GIS. No,
just now.
No, I haven't done Asase yet.
I read.
You read
before we went on break? Yes.
Do you care for some of my coffee? I think I need to wake you up.
Is it coffee?
Yes.
Because you people,
shame on you. It's coffee.
We are frightened about what you can.
Because
your flask.
We'll have to wake you up.
Don't take a flask from an NDC.
Oh, shame on you.
Please
shame on you. Shame on you. You are trying to force me to talk about pork. I won't do that. I will not do that. I will not be led into temptation. So, Annie.
You mean there's pork in the A2 as well?
No, I hear there's pork in your cup. So maybe viewers should also declare any offer in a plate.
Finish.
So let's stop. Let's move away from pork. So Asase Broadcasting Company Limited. Now let's deal with the issues very quickly. I know we don't have time. It was on this show last week that I broke the news that I've been looking into what the Judicial Service of Ghana has filed in court. I have the rate that they filed. This is a copy. You see why it's good to bring documents. Suit number LD 0526 2023. The plaintiff is the Judicial Service of Ghana. The defendants are Lands Commission, Frames Oil Company Limited, and the Attorney General.
The plaintiff is the Judicial Service of
Judicial Service of Ghana. They have gone to court. Judicial Service of Ghana. That's the republic that we are in now. No.
No, but what? You don't think they should be able to go to court?
Annie, I'm trying to control myself. I don't want to laugh at you.
But listen. And I don't know why, but it's occurred to me.
Yeah.
This is the Judicial Service.
Yes.
Which is the court.
Yes.
So that's why
the court has gone to court.
Yes. But and it says so clearly instead of why are you crying? Samuel Kujeto makes you cry.
Somebody reminded me recently that
you are making Annie cry.
Somebody reminded me recently that when I took Jacob Echivi Limited to court, the judicial service was hard on me. At the time, they didn't know that. When they are done with Jake's bungalow, they'll be coming for their bungalows.
Okay.
Oh, Annie, you. So. The Judicial Service, on the 27th of February 2024, this year, they ran to court, saying that, look, now it's too much. They are just losing their bungalows. And then they listed here 13 bungalows they have lost. Then they say that, look, we have come to court. We want a declaration that any purported sale, lease, grant, or disposal of these bungalows, you provide the list, should be declared unconstitutional and unlawful. That's what they are demanding. And then, top on their list, number one, first one, that the Judicial Service, they say number 7, 5th Circular Road, Cantonments, last occupied by Justice F.G. Kobie. So, I have been, as part of my state capture investigations, I take the address, and they've been very kind to it when you read the court documents. They've even attached pictures, how it was before how it was demolished, you know, and those who are, you know, who've come to tip sand and all of that. You know, they've done quite some thorough work.
There were structures on it?
Yes, and they've attached all of that in the rate.
Wow.
So what I do is that I take my GPS. Now it's very easy. They say number 7, 5th Circular Road, last occupied by Justice F.G.
Google
Kobia.
or Ghana Post?
Yeah, both. I use all.
Sure?
Yes, I use.
So you went round twice?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And
because we want to know which one was accurate.
To my shock.
But did they
to my shock.
No,
to my shock. I arrived at number 7, 5th Circular.
Yeah. The number 7, 5th Circular Road. Did they give the coordinates? Because you said you used coordinates to check.
Yes. That number
but did
7.
They give the coordinates?
These are the coordinates. Number 7, 5th Circular Road. Yeah.
Yeah, but
5th Circular. It will tell you. Yes, it will take you. It will take you. Yeah, that's what I did. It will take you there. You can try it. Viewers can try it. That's what I did.
You can send the coordinates to maybe us.
I can. I don't. I hope my peers don't mind me mentioning their names. They went with me, you know. Oh. And to the shock of our lives, we didn't find Justice F.G. Kobia. We found Asase Broadcasting Company Limited. So it's not me saying. It is the Judicial Service of Ghana. They've provided all the evidence. They've listed all of them 1 to 13, and all of them they tell you who last occupied. Number 2, this is number 18, 5th Circular Road, cantonments, last occupied by Justice Anthony Abada. It's their colleagues. Wow. They know them. So then I do some further work. You know that, you know, due diligence, parliamentary oversight. That's what the Constitution expects us. Ghanaians don't vote for MPs to just go to Parliament and go and be shouting, yeah, yeah. They want us to do due diligence. Anything the executive brings, matters of national interest, we should scrutinize. We should carry out our oversight. So I delve into the matters. Then I've discovered that these lands that when I first raised this court case, Lands Minister held a press conference. He said, yes, it's true the judges have gone to court, but all those lands were sold by Mahama. I discovered that apparently the Lands Minister peddled blatant falsehood. That this particular land at number 7, 5th Circular Road, the history is that in 2006, in July 2006, that was when, even though, and that's what has been going on. So you are in residence, you are occupying the building, but you don't know it has been sold.
Yeah.
So in 2006, appears unknown to the judiciary, President Kufuor had sold it to his Get Fund board chairman, Mr. Akwesi Fusiaba Banahene.
That's in
2006. Then I discovered that in 2020, Mr. Banahene then resells. You see why some people are now saying that, look, this law that we are championing, we should put in a resale clause that you can't resell even after 30. Because what the politically exposed people are doing is that they start and give themselves some time, you know, and then turn around to buy it. So in 2020, a company called Lily Homes goes to then buy it from Mr. Banahene. So in my expose, I said that, look, this matter is going to get very complex because there have been sales, resales, and some of the people occupying these buildings that the Judicial Service wants back are heavyweights. How are you going to take this building from the president's cousin, who is a director of
the Judicial Service?
So no, but clearly no. So I just said that, look, this is going to be a very complicated matter. No, I'm coming there. Don't worry. It's important. Now, after I put this out, you know, I've been raising these matters at the Assurances Committee. Both the Lands Minister and the Works and Housing Minister have all confirmed, it's on record, parliamentary records, that they are now negotiating with the Chief Justice. The government, the state, is quite embarrassed. They don't want this because the optics are not good. You know, judges against the Attorney General in courts, you know, fighting over lands and all of that. So they are currently negotiating for an amicable resolution. It's on record. And that they want to compensate, find something else to compensate the Judicial Service of Ghana.
How many judges are involved in this?
It's about 13 bungalows.
13, and all of them are within the
cantonments.
Asase
Cantonments Enclave. Yeah, Cantonments, but there's one at Labone, then there's another one at Ridge.
Okay.
But the majority are in
within the
Cantonments U.S. Embassy catchment. So it is important to stress that the government itself has not refuted any of these claims and has gone into negotiations with the Chief Justice, ministers of state, cabinet ministers. And nobody can challenge this. The Honorable Abu Jinapo, the Honorable Kojo Ponko, they have told us in Parliament, it's on record, that they are negotiating with the Chief Justice to find an amicable resolution.
Okay.
Now, the Asasi radio statement, they say that I am sacrificing the principles of truth and integrity. And I take strong exception to that. Strong exception. Everything I've put out on this Asasi radio land matter is supported by the evidence, by the facts. I didn't go to court saying that this is my land. It was last occupied by Justice F.G. Kobie. Now, they also then very, very dishonestly try to create a Chinese wall between Lily Homes and Asasi. They didn't know that I have all the documents. Lily Homes is owned by the wife of is owned, yes, by the wife of the Honorable Gabi Ochidako, or Mr. Gabi Asari Ochidako, who is Nana Ajwa Hackman. I have the incorporation documents here. Lily Homes. So Lily Homes, and interestingly, it is also important to point out that contrary to the Chinese what they try to create in their statement, saying that they are only mere tenants. They only rented from Lily Homes. You see the dishonesty. We are just mere tenants, and the MP should leave us alone, and he should rather be cautious. They are cautioning me and warning me. When we are doing our work, we are trying to stop state capture. These are the directors of Asasi Broadcasting Company Limited.
You land on that.
So you have 8 directors. There's Joseph Robert Mensah. Sorry, I was reading the shareholders. Let me come to the directors. The directors. Elizabeth Ohene. There's Reginald Laye. There's Gabi Ochidako. There's Nanajwa Hackman, wife of Gabi Ochidako. There's Joseph Robert Mensah. There's Joseph Ufuriata, Charles Mensah, Cecilia Ballo. So you have the sole shareholder and director of Lily Homes, who is also a director in Asasi Broadcasting Company Limited. They own the building. So there are clearly questions to be asked. And the point we are making is that how do we all stop state capture, assist the judiciary, and all those who are complaining? Some are in court, others are issuing statements like GIS and the rest, to make sure that these lands are retrieved, they get their lands back. That's what we are discussing. Nobody has put out anything which is not supported by the facts or by evidence or court documents. So this attempt to portray me as some reckless MP who is just, creating things out of the skies is most unfair. Now, let me conclude by saying that, look, with all of what is going on, and next week I'll be putting out more names. Annie, will you be shocked that despite all of this national uproar about state capture, Nana Komia's colleagues and collaborators, they won't stop. I'll put out fresh names next week about fresh acquisitions. Undervalued, bought for cheap. So it's like Mocha Crown, now you're no more. That's
Which were acquired recently?
Recently.
Or old documents that you are...
Fresh documents.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm concluding on the fact that the reason why many Ghanaians are excited about President Mahama's pledge in the manifesto, contained in the manifesto about ORA, Operation Recover or Loot, is the way to go. Because the impunity and How, when you even expose them, they'd rather call you names. Some are justifying. You heard the governor saying that, I'm not perturbed. Others have done it. Others paid the same. Me too. I'm keeping mine.
Okay.
The only way forward is to retrieve all of this and to have the law, which we are sponsoring, to just prohibit politically exposed persons from coming near these state assets. Is the only way forward.
All right, Nana.
Sammy, can I have a look at the
court
rates?
documents?
Yes.
Yeah,
okay. All right. Let me start with, because we don't have much time. Sammy is taking all the time, but it's fine. The first one, it's about the GIS, the Ghana International School land. And you are saying they bought the land in 1987.
Yeah, from the...
And how many years ago is that?
Almost 40, about 37 years.
Okay. I am sure that when you buy state property, there are terms and conditions.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised that they bought the land next to the school 30 years ago. And it's still empty land. They don't even have a wall.
Haven't developed it.
They don't even have a wall around it. Because there are always terms and conditions as to what to do with the land.
They were using it as a car park.
We need to know if they have fulfilled the terms and conditions. Number two, the business about the office of the president involved in because of the police officer.
Yeah.
Well, because the office of the president was mentioned, and that's why the presidency obviously put up the statement that the office of the president knows nothing about that land and is whoever. But I take your point that if a gentleman at the office of the president has been mentioned in the matter, those then become subject to the police investigations. So I take your point that it might not be necessary to then talk about the integrity of that, because nobody's integrity. Because even if the police officer has bought the land, you just have to find out from the land commission why, or if they had sold the land and why they have. Because to have public land sitting in that place for 30 years, I can tell you, there'll be an issue. Even when you buy land in these gated communities, there are terms and conditions as to when you should build and so on. But we don't know those matters yet. So the office of the president, they've done the right thing by asking for full police investigation into the matter. So they will get into.
But they shouldn't have cleared the officer.
But I've said to you that that part of the statement where the officer is, they're talking about his integrity, because all those things will be subject now to police investigation. So we'll leave it at that. But I'm happy that the office of the president has come out to clarify and also to invite the police to investigate this issue about the land. And obviously they're going to talk to land commission and all of that to get to the bottom of the matter. Now, the other ones that he talked about, the governor, that's the
Lawales, the 13, the famous 13.
You see, Annie, in this country, since 1999, we have had an official policy which is called the Accra Redevelopment Plan. We don't have time, but
this wasn't part of it. This is not redevelopment. This is not part of the Accra Redevelopment policy. This one was,
I thought it's Accra land.
Yeah, but this is different. This one was bought in 1947.
Which one? Which one?
From the La people, the Lawales.
Yeah.
And then in 2006, President Kufuor used portions for the village buildings to host visiting heads of state. Then in 2018, President Akufo-Addo said he's returning the lands to the original, the rest of it.
Okay.
But in the process, they reserved 12.5 acres, which they are now selling amongst politically exposed persons. So that one is different. It's not part of the Accra Redevelopment policy. There were no bungalows there and all of that.
But it's state land.
Yes, which were returned to the original owners.
No. The 12 acres that you are talking about is state land.
But the Accra Development policy is different. That one relates to where there are bungalows and on an acre and you want
to... So you mean if it's state land and there's no bungalow, then it doesn't fall under
Accra redevelopment policy doesn't apply to that.
Listen.
This one was a retained state land and they kept portions which they are sharing amongst themselves.
So once they kept it, it's state lands.
Yeah, they are state lands.
So it falls under the redevelopment plan. The redevelopment plan was in 1999.
Yeah.
And this sale that we are talking about is a couple of years ago.
Yes, this is.
So it falls under the Accra redevelopment plan. To say that because there was no building in it, so it's not state land. Who owns it? Okay. So the Accra redevelopment plan said that you have all kinds of acres of state land with some old bungalow sitting on it. And that's not the way to go because of the changes in Accra development and so on. So since 1999, you've had this policy where many of these lands have been given to all kinds of people for redevelopment. That is why you see the high-rise buildings at Roman Ridge, cantonments, all these housing estates, because it was thought that to have some 3-bedroom bungalows sitting on 2 acres today, those days they were jungle, 80 years ago, but today is the middle of the city. So you give it to somebody, they would then do high-rise that can contain maybe 100 people or 200 people. And that is what is done everywhere in the world. In the city, that's what is done. Now, as part of it, like I said, it's been sold to private individuals, it's been sold to politicians, it's been sold to all kinds of people. Both NPP, NDC, and all kinds of private people. My point of interest is that these lands should be properly valued. Yeah. When it's properly valued, then the state has gained from the sale.
Yeah. And also advertise.
If it's not properly valued, due process.
Due process, yeah.
But even if you don't advertise it, but that you sell it at a proper value, because somebody could say that Samuel Kujeto, because of your work that you've done as so-so and so-so and so-so and so-so, there's this land there at 700,000. If you like it, you can have it. It's the valuation that worries me.
Yeah.
But you see, this matter of valuation, let's trace the valuation from 1999 to see the values that the Land Commission has put on these land sales. So we can have a comprehensive picture and then know what to do.
But it's the Lands Ministry that's delaying this process. Because they're supposed to provide the documents as requested, at least by the minority. Blacko has done the same on the
Well, if they are delaying...
They release the documents, so we do all this.
Yeah. But is the land... Well, whether it's the Land Commission, but it's important for this country that we look at the sales that have been done from Accra redevelopment. See the values. Yeah. I don't think the values are determined by the minister or the president. Even though the sale is done in the name of the president, I don't think the president is the one who values it. It's the Land Commission. We need to find out how do they come by those values. Because even those of us who are laymen, you would know that the land in cantonments should cost a certain, because you can look at their journey land, what they are going for. For me, that is the key. If you are going to talk about the sale, it's been sold to NPP people, it's been sold to NDC people. This, and if you don't provide the entire list, then if you are not careful, you've partisaned your debate. And then people will then become defensive. So let's have the list of sale from 1999. Which people? How much did they buy? Clearly, what should be the true valuation?
And we know.
Can we have them make up for what they should have paid? Then we're having a national conversation. On the matter of the Asase radio station, the Asase statement is very clear. They say they didn't buy it from the state.
So Prince is saying that the cantonments will aviation land or La Wireless lands belong to the La Stu. The Constitution of Ghana talks about the return of state land acquired to the pre-acquisition of landowners, not valuation and sale of lands to third parties.
No, he doesn't understand what we are talking about. Because what we are talking about, and Samuel Kujato is the one who provided it. It says that the land was given back to the people.
Yeah.
Some was used for the AU something,
AU village,
which is an official purpose.
Yeah.
And then the rest, they said, okay, because we're not going to have the true use for civil aviation and so on, take it.
Yeah.
And I suspect as part of goodwill, the last two, they say, oh, then we would give you 12 acres or whatever. So see. The man doesn't understand. But to get back on track, the Asasi, the statement that Asasi issued is saying that we didn't buy the property from the state.
But nobody has said that.
But I mean, you sought to give the impression by mentioning Asasi and Ochre Daku and all of that as part of state capture. You see,
I'm saying that where they are, their land is part of the state capture.
Yes, but
it's a state land.
Yes, but they didn't buy it from the states.
Yeah, I put out all those details. I remember last
so
week I talked about
you cannot use them as an example of state capture.
This expose was that, look, these lands that have been listed by the Judicial Service of Ghana, that's where Asasi Radio is.
Sammy. Anybody.
And it's also not true what the lands minister said that is President Mahama who sold the lands.
If that is not your objective, then you have to be careful, because anybody listening to you will come away with the impression that Asasi has used his whatever position Ochridakun and his people have to take state land.
No,
anybody listening to you. And indeed, first when you started this thing last week, that's what I also thought.
That's the impression he
That's the impression you give.
But
because now,
I made it clear.
One second. Because you've even gone into Lily Homes and found out but the original person who bought the land.
No, I talked about it. Mr. Banahini.
So if Asasi, the company, bought the land from a private person.
They're renting. Asasi claim they're actually renting.
Even if they bought the land from a private person, why do you use, and you said the land was sold in 2006.
Yeah.
And they bought it from this person who bought the land in 2006.
But there's a current court case where the Judicial Service
I'm coming to that.
Trying to reclaim all those lands.
You see, the impression that Asasi has used some connection with the state to capture state land is false.
So Asasi says that the land legal standing, Lily Homes Limited, obtained the property through a legitimate assignment of interest from Mr. Banahini with the Lands Commission consent dated 15th of July 2020, and has held the property lawfully and without any legal
So clearly, the impression
I put out all of this.
The impression that Asasi Ochridakun and his people have used their connections to take state land is not true.
Okay.
And if anybody comes away with that impression, that is what Asasi sought to clarify. They bought it from a private individual who had bought the land in 2006.
Okay.
Now, the thing is this. So Asasi really has not been engaged in a state capture. But the thing is this. Today we are being told that all that land, all that area were part of the land for the Judicial Service.
Yeah.
And so they've gone to court to try and get their land back.
Yeah.
Okay.
They said those sales were unconstitutional.
No, but you know, a small thing. I mean, it's small. But I'm saying this land, particularly this one that you are highlighting on number 7, was sold in 2006. Why has the Judicial Service waited until now?
You know, sometimes they don't know. They don't even know that it's been sold. Their judges will be investigating.
They don't know the legal standing of the land.
No. You say your land that belongs to you is being sold, and you don't know about it.
Yes. It's happening all over the place.
And you see, in the same Judicial Service, they provide us that when you sit on your rights for a certain time, you lose those rights. So, for me, it is curious. I'm not blaming them. It's just curious to me that since 2006, you saw somebody putting up a building on your land. And you know, the building you can't hide.
And you watched
and you've waited from 2006. When was this rate issued? From 2006
27 February
to 2024. You are now going to court to vindicate your rights. I don't know how appropriate it is. But be that as it may, they've listed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 properties. Samuel Kujato has highlighted on number 7 because of Asasi. But I've shown you clearly that Asasi has not engaged in any purchase of land from the state. They bought it from a private individual. But you see, the other question is, the other properties, who are in them? Because Asasi, in their response, has said that the property next to them was given by President Mahama to some people. And they've named the former electoral commissioner as the person who's staying in the next property.
Yeah.
So, and it was sold to her by President Mahama, given to her by President Mahama, and she's built a house and she's living there. So, it buttresses the point that all of this...
I didn't see the former electoral commission in that statement. I don't know where you're getting this information.
So, do you know who lives next door?
Yes, I'm still digging.
I'm pressed with time. They're actually giving me pressure.
I'm still digging. They are interested.
Let me just conclude. So Asasi Radio has also named that sitting electoral commissioner was allocated the land by President Mahama. And so my point is...
Well, let's be careful about city electoral commission.
Well, but that's what they've stated. I'm just telling you what...
He said that land was subsequently divided and sold under President John Dramani Mahama to private persons, and the state bungalow on it was completely pulled down.
But we see,
the only name they mentioned, they said Reverend
Canon, Engineer William.
Listen, Samuel Kujato, let me tell you, this today, when you live here, because the land is there, we know where Asasi is. You said
the bungalow is currently occupied by Professor Ahmed Nuru Zakaria. So let's be careful.
No. Oh, don't worry.
You're mentioning a name that's not in the Asasi statement.
No,
okay, let's land.
I'm saying it will be so easy to check who occupies the land next door to Asasi.
Yeah.
Okay.
But because...
Yeah, but you can say that, but don't say that Asasi has mentioned a name, which is not in the statement.
I'm saying to you on authority that Asasi has mentioned.
It's not here. It's not true.
Yes,
Where did they mention? It's not here.
It's not in the statement.
I'm saying I haven't mentioned this statement. I'm saying that Asasi too.
Okay.
They are in as part of their explanation. I mean, it's not everything that they put on the paper. They've mentioned to some of us.
Okay.
So I'm saying just verify.
Okay.
Just verify who's living next door. They've named the electoral commissioner and that the land was given to her by Joma. I'm not saying it's wrong. I mean, there's nothing because she's living there peacefully.
Okay.
But it makes the point that this.
And the question is that part of what the judicial service has gone to court on? Because so far the work I'm doing, I haven't seen the former EC's name looking at the bungalows that have been listed.
Yes, but you are talking about the sale of state land to individuals.
Oh, so you have moved away from the judicial service.
Gentlemen,
I'm saying, let me conclude.
Clear.
We have engaged in this sale of public land in pursuit of this policy of Accra redevelopment. And in the Accra redevelopment, they've also had a sub-policy that they call the infilling. So where the land is like 1 acre, they divide it into 4 or so and then sell it to individuals. Some of them may be politicians, some of them may be individuals. In fact, one of the people named is an individual person, Prince Oil or so.
Yeah.
So let's have a comprehensive discussion on the matter. For me, the undervaluation
is the issue.
Is the issue. And if it's
the lack of due process.
Well, fine. But you will see that this undervaluation and due process has been engaging party
all
after party.
Governments.
Party after party.
And should it continue?
So it should not. So let's have a bipartisan discussion. Don't try and pigeonhole it into one region because then you spoil your own argument.
Okay.
And then let's look at the valuation and then let's all decide that no, this valuation cannot be justified. And if there's a way we can get the people to refund
what we've lost.
What we've lost. You know, as a way of going forward on a clean slate.
Okay,
but shouldn't you also be concerned about
I have some pressure.
But you bring us here, you let us talk.
You won't come. Nana, I'm sorry.
Annie, we should also be concerned that matters have worsened now, and we should be concerned that it is still going on now with impunity.
Okay, we can't end it. We can't end it today. So let's
the GIS matter is under investigation.
Let's end the show today. We'll be back next week. We'll go and talk more about more findings. You said that you have some more details for us. You have some more revelations for us. So let's see how it goes. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Good morning.
She's coming. She's coming.